Good evening, class. Let us see the next type, that is type 6. In type 6, we have to check where RHS equal to any other function which is not of the earlier types. That is the for study type 6, we have to recall the earlier 5 types. That is, first type is if RHS equal to exponential function. Then second type is if RHS is equal to trigonometric function, that is sin ax plus b or cos ax plus b. Third type is if RHS equal to equation in x. Fourth type is if RHS equal to product of two functions, that is e raised to ax into v, in which one function is fixed, that is exponential function. Fifth type is if RHS equal to product of two functions in which one function is fixed, that is equation in x, and the function is like of the it is of the form RHS equal to x raised to m into sin ax or x raised to m into cos ax. So these are our earlier 5 types which we have studied earlier in previous lectures. So if the RHS is not of the earlier 5 types, then that example we have to solve by type 6. So type 6 is the function which is not of the earlier 5, any of the earlier 5 types, then that example we have to solve by type 6. To study or to solve the examples by type 6, we have to use two formulae. First is if 1 upon equation in D which is fixed, that is 1 upon D plus A into function in x, or 1 upon D minus A into function in x. So we have to solve this type of equation in the form of integration, that is if 1 upon D plus A into function in x or equation in x is equal to e raised to minus x. If there is a D plus A, then we have to take e raised to minus x outside the integration, and inside the integration we have to take the opposite of that. That is, if there is a D plus A, then take e raised to minus ax and integration of e raised to plus ax into that function of x into dx. And if there is a D minus A, 1 upon D minus A into x, then we have to take the opposite. If D minus A, then take e raised to plus ax, and integration sign again take opposite of ax, that is e raised to minus ax into that function x into dx. So to solve the examples by type 6, we have to use this one of the formulae. So let us see the first example. D square plus a square into y equal to sec ax. So from LHS find CF, that is d square plus a square equal to 0, d square equal to minus a square. So d equal to, taking square root on both sides, d equal to plus minus ai, which is a complex root. So CF equal to, from complex root, when we write CF, we have to compare this root with alpha plus minus I beta, as you know, and we have studied earlier. And by comparing, we get alpha equal to 0 and beta equal to A. So put these values of alpha beta in the CF rule of complex root. So we get CF equal to, this is a bracket, and outside this bracket there is a e raised to 0x, and as we know e raised to 0x is 1, so we don't write here. So e raised to 0x into c1 cos beta value is a, so c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax, this is your safe. Then pi equal to, common step is 1 upon equation in D, that is d square plus a square into sec ax. So how to solve the example by type 6? As we can see here, the right side is sec ax, which is not of the any one of the 5 type. It is not exponential function, not trigonometric, and trigonometric function which is of type 2, and the trigonometric function are fixed, that is it should be sin ax or cos ax only, not the other trigonometric function, hence it is of the type 6. So it is not of the type 2. Then third type is equation in x, then it is not of the type 3. Fourth type is product of two functions, there is no any product, so it is not of the type 4, not of the type 5, hence it is the type of 6. So for type 6, this is a common step. Then first rule for type 6 is we have to factorize this equation in D. How to factorize? As we already got the roots in calculating CF, that is the values of D equal to plus minus AI. So from these roots we can take the factors as the roots are D equal to AI plus AI and D equal to minus AI. Then take the factor. How to take the factor? So take this root on LHS, we get the factors. So the first factor is plus AI on LHS will be D minus AI, this is first factor, and minus AI on LHS will be D plus AI. So from roots we can take or we can get the factors. So first rule for for solving this type of example by type 6 is while calculating PI, we have to factorize or we have to write the factors of this equation in D, which is in denominator, and we can take the factors from roots. So we have to just take these roots on LHS, we get the factors. So the factors of D square plus A square are D minus AI and D plus AI. So we can write D plus AI first. So D plus AI into D minus AI. These are the factors of D square plus A square, which we have calculating from the roots. So first rule is by type 6 is factorize this equation in D. So factors are D plus AI into D minus AI. Then we have to use the partial fraction method to separate out these two factors. So what is the rule for partial fraction? So take this 1 upon D plus AI into D minus AI for the partial fraction. So here we take 1 upon D plus AI into D minus AI is equal to, as these two factors are linear, linear means the power of D is 1. And if there are more than one factors, if there are 2 factors, 3 factors, 4 factors, etc. So, and if these factors are linear, that is all the factors having power 1, then take constant for each factor. In this we have taken a constant, take the constant in capital letters. So take A constant for D plus AI and B constant for D minus AI. So rule for partial fraction is 1 upon D plus AI into D minus AI equal to A upon first factor D plus AI plus B upon second factor D minus AI. So this is the first rule by partial fraction. So we have to take the constants, and this is the one of the rule from partial fraction. There are four rules for partial fraction. So we can study one by one by solving example. So this is the one rule for partial fraction. If the denominator factors are linear, that is the power of D is 1, and the both factors are non-repeated. So these two factors are linear and non-repeated. So this is the one rule for partial fraction. If the denominator factors are linear and non-repeated, that is power 1 factors and non-repeated, then take 1 by 1 constant for total factors, that is equal to A upon first factor D plus AI plus B upon second factor D minus A. So this is the first rule or first step by partial fraction. Second step is we have to take cross multiplication of this left side or of right side. So here we don't write the cross multiplication. By cross multiplication we get LHS equal to, LHS as it is you have to write, equal to RHS is A into D minus AI plus B into D plus AI upon the product of two factors D plus AI into D minus AI. So in that step, that is A into D minus AI plus B into D plus AI upon the product of two factors D plus AI into D minus AI. So this is your cross multiplication step. That is the second step in partial fraction. First step is we have to take the constant by seeing the factors or which type of factors in denominator. So these factors are linear non-repeated, so take constants in this way. Then second step is take cross multiplication of RHS. Then compare LHS and RHS. In this denominators are same. LHS denominator and RHS denominator are same. Then we can cancel it and write it as 1 equal to, only we have to write numerator equal to numerator after cross multiplication. So 1 equal to, 1 is numerator for left side and numerator for right side is a into d minus ai plus b into d plus a. So write numerator equal to numerator. So this is your numerator equal to numerator step. Then next steps are, we have to find the values of that these constants a and b. How we can find these constants a and b? So we have to put the values of d. So take d equal to ai and d equal to minus ai. So how to remember, or how we can calculate what the values of d we have to put here to find the values of a and b. So there is a rule for taking the values of d. Whatever the linear brackets in this step, we have to take these brackets equal to 0. So if we take this first bracket equal to 0, d minus ai equal to 0, then we get d equal to ai. So put d equal to ai in this step, numerator equal to numerator step. Then second bracket is d plus ai. So take d plus ai equal to 0, we get d equal to minus ai. So again put d equal to minus ai in this step. So by putting d equal to ai and d equal to minus ai, by applying this rule, we get the constants values. After simplification, we get b equal to 1 upon 2a and a equal to minus 1 upon 2a. Next step is, we have to put the values of a and b again the previous step, that is this step, first step of partial fraction. So put the values of a and b, these values of a and b in this equation. We get minus 1 upon 2ai upon d plus ai plus 1 upon 2a upon d minus a. And this is your 1 upon d plus a d minus a. Put this instead of this term, 1 upon d plus a into d minus a. By partial fraction, we factorize, or we have separate out, we can separate out these factors. So by partial fraction, these terms are like this term. So pi equal to, instead of this, by partial fraction we put this term into sec ax as it is, sec ax as it is. So for solving example by 6 type, first while calculating pi, first step is common. Then we have to take the factors of denominator. The factors are these factors. Then by partial fraction, we have to separate out these factors. So by partial fraction, we are separating these factors. Then this is our separate factors into sec ax as it is. So these are the steps. Then next step is multiply sec ax to this bracket. So minus 1 upon 2ai is constant, so 1 upon d plus ai into sec ax plus 1 upon 2ai into 1 upon d minus ai into sec ax. So multiply sec ax to this bracket. So this is the multiplication. After this, we have to solve this equation and this second equation by using these two formulae. If there is a 1 upon d plus a into x, so we have to take the integration such like this, and if the term is 1 upon d minus a into x, so we have to take the integration in this type. So if d plus a, then we have to take e raised to minus ax. If d minus a, we have to take e raised to ax. And then inside the integration, we have to take the opposite sign term, that is e raised to minus ax is outside. Inside the integration, there will be e raised to x. And if e raised to x is outside the integration, then inside the integration it will be e raised to minus x. E raised to minus x, inside the integration e raised to x. E raised to x, inside the integration e raised to minus x. So apply these two formulae for this. So there is compare 1 upon d plus a into x with this. So 1 upon d plus a, the value of a is ai. Here the value of a is minus ai. So compare d plus a, d minus a with these factors d plus ai, d minus ai. So by comparison, the values of a are ai. So apply these two formulae here. So if there is a d plus ai, we have to take the opposite term like e raised to minus aix. If there is a d plus a, e raised to minus ax, we have to take here d plus ai is there. So we have to take e raised to minus aix. So e raised to minus ax inside the integration, again opposite term e raised to plus aix, and the right side is, or the function in the multiplication is sec ax as it is dx. So we are applied the first formula to this term. So d plus ai, then take e raised to minus aix inside the integration positive term e raised to plus aix into this equation function sec ax as it is dx. So solve this integration, then again apply the one of the formula from two formulae. So 1 upon d minus ai, apply the formula for this. So this there is a d minus ai, so this is e raised to plus aix inside the integration e raised to minus aix into function is in the multiplication is sec ax as it is into dx. So solve these two integrations. So how to solve the integration? It's easy. We have to only apply the formula of e raised to I theta. So the formula for e raised to I theta, as we have studied or we have seen in previous lectures, e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So apply this e raised to I theta formula for this. So if we compare e raised to I theta with this, the value of theta is ax. E raised to I theta, that is the value of theta is ax. So apply this e raised to I theta formula for e raised to I ax. So we get e raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. So e raised to I ax is cos ax e raised to I theta is cos ax plus I sin ax into sec ax as it is. Again for e raised to minus aix is, as the formula for e raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta, e raised to for the formula for e raised to minus I theta is, just we have to put the minus sign in between them. So e raised to minus I theta formula is cos theta minus I sin theta. So apply this formula. So e raised to minus I ax is cos ax minus I sin ax into sec ax as it is. So how to solve this integration? Just we are applying e raised to I theta formula and e raised to minus I theta formula. Then next step is multiply sec ax to this bracket. So sec ax means reciprocal of cos ax. So sec ax means 1 upon cos ax. So this cos ax and upon denominator cos ax get cancelled, and we get here 1 minus I into plus plus I into sin ax into, when we multiply sec ax to sin ax, sec ax means 1 upon cos. So sin ax upon, we get sin ax upon cos ax. So it will be tan ax. So we get for first multiplication 1 plus I tan ax, and for second multiplication only there is a minus sign in between them. So 1 minus I tan ax dx. As we know the integration of 1 and tan ax, so take the standard integration formulae and apply these formulae. So outside terms are as it is, minus 1 upon 2a e raised to minus ax and 1 upon 2a e raised to ax as it is, take it as it is, and in bracket take the integration of this bracket. So for one integration is xx plus minus I as it is. The integration of tan x is the standard formula of integration is for tan x, that is log sec x. Integration of tan x is log sec x. This is your standard formula for integration. So what is the what is the formula for tan x integration? We have to apply integration of tan bracket. So tan bracket integration is log sec bracket upon derivative of bracket. So log sec bracket is ax. Instead of x, we ask ax. So our bracket is ax. So this bracket is our ax. So apply log sec ax upon derivative of ax. So log sec ax upon derivative of ax is a. So tan x derivative, tan x integration is log sec ax upon derivative of ax is a. So simplifying this, or you can write this answer, or write the last step of the answer as it is, or you can simplify this as multiply the outside terms to this brackets, to these brackets, and multiply this 2 to this bracket, multiply this 2 to this bracket, multiply 2 to this bracket, and after taking common terms outside, we get the bracket like this, and we can write, we can apply the formula of hyperbolic function. So this term is sine hyperbolic x and this term is cos hyperbolic x. You can write this answer in the form of hyperbolic function, or you can write the answer as it is in the form of brackets. So this is your PI. So what is the example by type 6? First, take the factors of denominator, then by partial fraction separate out these factors, put the separate out factors in the particular integral step, then multiplying the sec x to this bracket. By separating these terms, apply the formulae, these two formulae, and then simplify the integration or find the answer of this integration, and then take the common terms and write the answer in the form of hyperbolic function by using the hyperbolic formulae, or write the final answer in the form of brackets as it is. Next example is d square plus a square equal to tan ax. So by earlier rules you can find CF. Next is particular integral equal to 1 upon d square plus a square into tan ax. As in previous example, d square plus a square factors are d plus ai and d minus ai. So take it as it is. Then by partial fraction separate out these factors. Here we have already separate out these factors by partial fraction. So solving this or copying these steps, we directly write this step for this example. So we write it as minus 1 upon 2ai upon d plus ai plus 1 upon 2ai into upon d minus ai into right side term is tan x. Multiply tan x to this bracket, and then apply the formula 1 upon d plus a into x dx, 1 upon d minus a into x dx. So applying these two formulae, we get the integration like this, and solve the integration by simplifying or separate out this tan x as, or take tan x as sin x upon cos x, and then sin by cos, we have to multiply sin x by cos x to this bracket. After simplifying or after multiplication, we get sin x plus I sin square upon cos x dx, and in the second integration there is only minus sign. So the question arises that how to solve the integration of sin square upon cos x. As we know, the integration of sin is minus cos. So integration of sin ax is, you have to apply the integration of sin bracket. So integration of sin bracket is, the standard formula for integration of sine x is minus cos x. So there is no any x term here. Instead of x, we have asked ax there. So we have to apply sine bracket formula. So this is minus cos bracket. The formula for integration of sine bracket is minus cos bracket upon derivative of bracket. So we have applied this formula here. And then what is the integration of sine square upon cos? So take this integration separate, and we are calculating, or we are solving this integration separately. So integration of sine square x upon cos ax is equal to we know the formula for sine square x, as there is no integration for this type of term, which is trigonometric function. So when we solve the integration, and in the integration sign, if the functions are trigonometric functions, so we have to apply the formula of trigonometric functions. Then only we can solve the integration of such type of trigonometric functions. So formula for sine square is, we know the formula is sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So apply this formula. So from this, sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So write sine square ax equal to 1 minus cos square ax. We have applied here. Your original formula for trigonometric function is basic formula sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. And from this, find the value of sine square theta, that is 1 minus, take cos square theta on RHS. So we get sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So put sine square ax equal to 1 minus cos square ax. And when we separate out these two terms, so 1 upon cos term minus cos square upon cos term. 1 upon cos means sec ax, cos square upon cos, one cos term is cancelled. So cos square upon cos is cos. So sec ax minus cos x. And the integration of sec ax is, we can apply the standard formula. Sec x integration is log sec x plus tan x. So sec ax integration is log sec x plus tan x upon derivative of ax, that is a. We have applied here integration of sec bracket, and then cos ax integration is sin ax upon derivative of ax is a. So in this while solving the integration, we have to there is a calculation only for the integration of sine square upon cos, and the integration of sine square upon cos is just put the formula of sine square x, that is 1 minus cos square. And then when we take the terms separate, terms separately and simplifying, after simplification we get the functions like sec ax minus cos ax, and there are standard formulae for integration of sec and cos. In this way we find the integrations. And the last steps are only we have to take the common terms, and there is a if we get the brackets e raised to I theta plus e raised to minus I theta upon 2, whatever the value of theta, so apply this formula, that is, this is the term which we can write it as cos hyperbolic theta. And if there is a minus sign in between them, then that will be the formula for sine hyperbolic theta. So this example is for same as the previous example, only in first example there is a sec ax, and in the second example there is only tan x. There is only question is for integration of sine square upon cos x, and we apply the formula of sine square x. Which formula? Sine square plus cos square equal to 1. And after applying this formula and after taking separate terms, we get the functions like which have the standard formula of integrations. Next example is d square plus 3d plus 2 into y equal to e raised to x. This is not the exponential function of the form. This is exponential, but it is not of the form e raised to x. So this is not of the type 1. In type 1, the RHS is fixed. The RHS function, exponential function form is fixed, which is e raised to ax. And if on RHS, in example, exponential function is of e raised to x, then only we can apply the type 1 formula. So here exponential function is there, but that is not of the form e raised to x, hence this is of the form type 6. So we can find the CF of this example. Let us see how to calculate particular integral. Particular integral equal to 1 upon d square plus 3d plus 2 into right side is e raised to x. So we have to take the factors of this equation, d square plus 3d plus 2. So after simplification we get d plus 2, d plus 1 factors. Then by partial fraction, these factors we have to separate out. So 1 upon d plus 2, d plus 1 equal to, as these two factors are linear and non-repeated, having d raised to 1 power, both factors having d raised to 1 power. So take constants separately, a upon d plus 2 plus b upon d plus 1. Take cross multiplication of RHS and cancelling the denominator, we get 1 equal to a into d plus 1 plus b into d plus 2. Numerator equal to numerator step. Then take these factors equal to 0. D plus 1 equal to 0, D plus 2 equal to 0. We get the values of D as -1 and -2. Again put these values in this step, we get the values of AB. Put these values of AB in this step, we get 1 upon D plus 2 into D plus 1 equal to, the value of A is -1. So -1 upon D plus 2 plus the value of B is 1. So 1 upon D plus 1. So instead of this term, as this term we simplified in this form, so by putting the values of a and b we get this. So this term we can write it as this term. So this term into e raised to ax as it is. Then multiply e raised to ax to this bracket and separate out the terms and apply the two formulae. Which formulae? 1 upon d plus a into x and 1 upon d minus a into x. These formulae are e raised to minus ax into e raised to x dx, and 1 upon d minus ax equal to e raised to ax into integration e raised to minus ax into x dx.